Hello and welcome to LFC Transfer Hub, your ultimate source for all Liverpool FC transfer news. Our first news is this: Konate leaves Liverpool free as Jaquet deal confirmed. Ibrahima Konate will leave Liverpool as a free agent on July 1st, 2026, after contract talks between the French defender and the club collapsed despite months of negotiations. The France international had been in negotiations with the club over a new deal since November 2023 and told reporters in April there was a big chance he would stay at Anfield, but both parties were unable to agree on the final details. Transfer insider Fabrizio Romano confirmed the breakdown, noting that after advanced talks and a public confirmation from the player in April, Konate leaves as no final agreement was found and negotiations are over. Konate joined Liverpool from RB Leipzig for £35 million in the summer of 2021 and made 183 appearances for the club, winning the FA Cup, 2 Carabao Cups and the Premier League title. Real Madrid had been strongly linked with acquiring Konate on a free transfer, but speculation regarding a switch subsided following his challenging opening to the campaign, and he remained a regular fixture under Arne Slot, alongside long-standing centre-back partner Virgil van Dijk. His departure adds to Liverpool's summer challenges, coming at a time when addressing gaps in the forward line created by Mohamed Salah's exit and a serious injury to Hugo Ekitike is considered a matter of urgency. Liverpool have already moved to reinforce their defensive options. Jeremy Jaquet, 20, will join from Rennes this summer in a deal worth a minimum of £55 million, with £5 million in add-ons, making him the second most expensive defender in the club's history after Virgil van Dijk, who cost £75 million in 2018. Jaquet, who does not turn 21 until July, acknowledged the weight of the fee, questioning whether he is worth the £60 million investment, while expressing full confidence in his ability to succeed on Merseyside. Liverpool will also have Giovanni Leone available for the new season after the teenager suffered an anterior cruciate ligament injury on his debut in September. Konate's next destination remains unconfirmed, with Paris Saint-Germain among the clubs monitoring the situation. Next news: Andoni Iraola's decision could arrive soon after Liverpool claim involving former Bournemouth boss. Departing Bournemouth head coach Andoni Iraola is in talks with Bayer Leverkusen over becoming the new boss of the Bundesliga side this summer. Iraola was linked with being open to joining Liverpool earlier in the week, even though Arne Slot is expected to remain in charge and there is therefore no vacancy. The Dutchman won the Premier League title a year ago, but struggled in his second campaign at the helm, finishing 5th and qualifying for the Champions League. Leverkusen is hoping for a quick decision from Iraola, who has also been of interest to Crystal Palace. Oliver Glasner has also been considered by the German side, while Felipe Luis turned down its advances after talks. According to YNWA, Leverkusen is now in direct communication with Iraola. Given that he is thought to be open to the move, a switch could be tied up pretty quickly. Jarell Quansah plays for Leverkusen after leaving Liverpool last summer. Reds sporting director Richard Hughes worked with Iraola with the Cherries. "We came here today to do the minimum. That's the minimum required, and that is qualifying for the Champions League," Slot said after the final match of the Premier League season. As you see when you take a look at the league table, big clubs are not able to qualify for the Champions League or Europe. Big clubs have not been able to qualify for Europe in the last few seasons in this league, so we can never take it for granted. But it's clear and obvious that we wanted more. But I'm really proud of the players, what they've done this season, because it's been a very, very, very tough season for us, with all the things we had to experience, with all the injuries, and I can come up with all these things we have had to go through. But if this in the end is then the minimum for us, qualifying for the Champions League, 5th place, and going out in the FA Cup against the winners after losing an away game to Manchester City, which so many teams do. Losing against Paris Saint-Germain for the second year in a row, where no team in the last 2 years were able to beat them over 2 games. Over one game, Chelsea of course in the Club World Cup, and maybe Arsenal now in the final. But over two games, not one team has been able to do so. So yeah, not what I would have loved us to achieve this season before we started, but taking everything into account, what has happened to us this season, I'm today happy that we've qualified for the Champions League. Next news. Major breakthrough in Alisson Becker to Juventus deal. Last Sunday, the outgoing Premier League champions waved goodbye to Mohamed Salah and Andy Robertson. Salah, 33, is set for a lucrative free transfer, with teams in Turkey and Saudi Arabia now set to compete for his signature. Robertson, 32, looked a good bet to join Tottenham, but may have other offers to entertain before he jets off to North America for the upcoming FIFA World Cup with Scotland. Earlier this week, it was also reported that Ibrahima Konate would be leaving the club when his contract expires. No breakthrough has been reached in talks between the club and Konate's entourage, meaning the 27-year-old will be departing on a free next month. Because there remains the possibility that the Anfield side may well get rid of Alisson Becker before the summer is out. Recently returned from injury, the 33-year-old is set to play at the World Cup for Brazil, with his future shrouded in doubt. Juventus have made an enticing offer for the goalkeeper, said to be a 3-year deal on close to his Liverpool wages. The only complicating factor up to now has been the Serie A side's refusal to pay a transfer fee, given the scale of the investment in wages. That problem threatened to be exacerbated last weekend when Luciano Spalletti's side missed out on a place in the Champions League. Without that extra income, Juve's budgets were sure to be affected, but the message has been sent to Alisson and Liverpool that they still intend to conclude a deal. In fact, a report in the Daily Mail is now claiming that a breakthrough in sorts has been reached, because Juventus will pay a fee to sign Alisson this summer, clearing the way for talks to be brought to a satisfactory end for both parties. Sources in Italy tell Daily Mail Sport the Turin club have informed the goalkeeper they would be willing to sign him on a 3-year deal with a big salary, the report reads. Their situation has not changed based on the fact they missed out on Champions League football, and they would be prepared to pay a transfer fee of £13 million. That would be a decent return on Alisson, who will turn 34 later this year and who has been increasingly struggling through injury. Earlier this season, the shot stopper tied up a 1-year contract extension worth around £150,000 per week until summer 2027. Therefore, sporting director Richard Hughes may opt to cash in and make the savings on Alisson's wages and bank a decent transfer fee in the process. Next news. Virgil van Dijk impacted by Liverpool woes as star faced music week after week. Virgil van Dijk found it difficult toward the end of the season to deal with all of his responsibilities as the Liverpool captain, according to a report. Van Dijk is known for speaking to the media after virtually every game, and on top of becoming the oldest outfield player to play every minute of a Premier League season, The Athletic says that he began to feel drained during Liverpool's run-in. The Dutch centre-back is admired inside the club for his leadership credentials, but his attempts to lift his struggling teammates throughout the season eventually took their toll on him, at a time when his on-field level was also not at its highest. Inoue report adds that a number of dressing room sources detailed how the mood deteriorated and belief ebbed away over the course of the season. Van Dijk's frustration with the way Liverpool's season panned out was evident as he spoke following Sunday's 1-1 draw against Brentford, which brought the curtain down on Liverpool's season. "That's the only positive," Van Dijk said. "Now we'll say goodbye to legends of the club and focus is on that right now. The bare minimum that we should try and get out of this poor season. Onwards and upwards, so we keep going. It's been the most challenging year of my career. It's tough to take, tough to go through that as a team. But we are Liverpool. We always come out of it stronger." In his programme notes ahead of that game, Van Dijk had told supporters that the good times were coming, despite a season which saw the team finish 25 points off the top of the table and failed to make it past the quarter-finals in any of the cup competitions. Of all the frustrations and the disappointments that we have felt this season, the biggest is that on too many occasions we have been unable to make you, the fans, happy, Van Dijk wrote. We have been unable to pay you back for the time, the effort, the passion and the love that you give us. Believe me when I say that we all want the same thing, and that is for this club to be successful. It may not feel like it at the moment, given how the season has gone, but I truly believe that good times are not far away.